Hello everybody, my name is Nicola and welcome back to my channel. This is the Frugal Cottage where we talk all things money to help you on your financial journey. Today's video is another cash envelope stuffing video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and let's get started. So yes, another week has gone. I don't know about anybody else, but I feel like the weeks are going really fast at the moment. It seems really weird. But as you'll see, this last week has been good for our finances, so I am happy with how that's going. I'm putting slightly more in this week because I feel like there are a couple of categories that probably will end up spending more on, but I'll talk about that when we get into this. As always, this binder is just from Amazon and I'll leave it below if you want to have a look at that. But yeah, so what I haven't done this week is I haven't emptied the cash envelopes before we start because I wanted to show you just how much I've been able to not spend this week. So if you watched my video last week, one of my challenges was to not touch the eating out. I put £10 in my eating out budget, which basically for me is normally Costa. And I'm going to show you how, and some others, how much is left in this. So let's get these out first of all. So the ones I'm going to talk about, so I've got food, petrol, miscellaneous, children and eating out. So there's 5. And apart from petrol, all of them have something left in. So first of all, this is the food envelope this week and I really didn't spend a lot out of this. I think I ended up spending, I think it was £34, I can't remember the exact, but it's £34 something that I spent for our week shop, which was really good for me. Hasn't been that low in a while. So I'll take all this out. So I'm doing various savings challenges throughout the year, and so everything that gets taken out of these will go into various ones of those. So for example, I've got a £5 note one, for example, so that'll go in there. So I'll take these out. So you can see that I've got quite a lot left in that. I'll take that out for now. So petrol's the one that's empty. Miscellaneous, I didn't touch this week. I found that I didn't really need to use that at all. So miscellaneous goes there. Children, so there was £10 in this. We bought ice creams out of this for them. So that comes out another £5 note to go in there. And look, I managed to. So some people were like, yeah, you can do this, think of it, it can go towards your mulberry fund. I managed to not spend this, and actually I love that idea. So this is going to go into my mulberry purse sinking fund, and if you don't know what that is, I'll leave a link below to my sinking fund update so you can see that. But that £10, seeing as I didn't spend it, is going to go into that. So actually I was left with quite a lot of money that I haven't spent this week, which is good. And if I could do that fairly regularly, obviously these different saving challenges would mount up pretty quickly. I've also decided what I'm going to do with them, but I will share that with you. And this seems like a random thing to say, but I'm going to share that with you at the end of the year when I work out how much is there. But I think I've kind of decided in my own mind what that's going to be. So moving on to this week, so they're now all empty. So food, I'm only putting £60, but actually I'm going to put in £70 this week. What I'm going to attempt to do is I'm going to do some batch cooking. So I think on Tuesday, because I don't work on a Tuesday, I'm going to get the slow cooker going with a big vat of spaghetti bolognese sauce and then freeze it into portions. And then I might do the same with a chilli on the Friday. So what I like to do, and this helps me when on like work days when I get back later and I can't bother to cook, if I've got things like the spaghetti bolognese sauce or the chilli already portioned up in the freezer, I then only need to cook like the spaghetti part or rice or whatever, and it makes it much quicker, but it also makes it much less tempting to get a takeaway because I know I've already got that there and I really don't need to put a lot of effort in. Plus the bigger packs of mince you buy, the cheaper it is. And if you don't own a slow cooker, I'll leave a blog post below about why I love slow cookers, but also why I think everybody should own one. But that kind of thing really helps when you are looking at things like batch cooking to get your meal cost down. So it's kind of more expensive in the week you buy it. So like the mince will be more expensive this week plus the additions that you put in there. But then the following kind of, so if I buy a big thing of mince and do that, it should do as 3 separate meals. Remember my boys are small so they don't eat as much. So at the moment a big thing of mince will do our family 3 separate meals. So this week it might be slightly more, but then another couple of times it won't cost me anything, if that makes any sense. So food is going to be £70. That in there for now. And I'm okay if I spend all of that. Plus we're eating lots more fruits and things at the moment. Now in the summer months I find this, so we eat more things like strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, melon, watermelon, mango, things that are, I guess, more in season in the summer months, but they are more expensive in terms of fruit. So we do find that in the summer months particularly, our food bill does go up slightly because of that. But I'm not going to not buy them because they're more expensive. I'm quite happy that the boys are good at eating fruit, but it does have a knock-on impact. But £70 in there as a starting point. So petrol, I need to put £30 in the petrol this week. It's getting fairly low, so I'm going to do, last week I only put £20 in, but this week it's going to be 30. That should do. Also, we went to test drive some new cars this week, and I never think of our car as particularly old until we got into these new ones and test drove a couple of different styles. And they were really comfortable, really nice to drive. And then we got back in our car after test driving these like 21 plates. And our car just seemed, bless it, so kind of old and clunky and tired. We do have some decisions to make about the car, but yeah, it was an interesting to go and sit in a new car. But there we go. So £30 in petrol. Miscellaneous is going to be 20. Now I didn't touch this week. I don't know quite how, but I didn't. But I do know that I need to get the big thing of cat food this week. So £20 goes in there. So the cat food thing, is it $7 or $8.99? It's from Morrison's. We get their wet food pouches from Morrison's, and they do like a kind of I guess a variety box of, it's 40 different pouches in different flavours, and it's a really good bargain, and we do have space to store that, and it works out cheaper than getting the smaller boxes. So I do that, and then obviously it lasts us quite a while. So miscellaneous is £20. Children, so I'm going to put £20 in the children's envelope. So obviously from tomorrow things are finally going to be more open, and I'm hoping, so next weekend, so Saturday, I'm hoping to take them somewhere for the day. So I'm going to put £20 in here for them, because it depends, I can't decide where to go, but this £20 will cover either entry fees, or kind of like to get them in somewhere, and or lunch out, depending on where we go and how expensive it is. £20 is probably going to be the norm for their envelope from now on. It's been £10 for a long time because things have been shut, but you know, in the UK from tomorrow certain things are back open, and then again like in June it kind of, hopefully, considering, you know, depending on things staying the same, I suppose, it kind of gets more and more open. So from now on I think theirs will be £20 a week, but that's okay. I'm excited to take them somewhere different. I can't decide where to take them, but there you go. So £20 is in their envelope, and then the final £10 there is going to be in the eating out envelope. It's probably going to go on Costa. You know me by now. I do like me a coffee. Well, I say that, I do like coffee, I drink a lot of coffee, but I also like their chai lattes, and I've mentioned that before. So £10 in the eating out, that might be a treat for me on Friday. I feel like the weeks at the moment are fairly tough going, so by the time I get to Friday, I'm really pleased that we've got through another week. So £10 in the eating out budget, £20 in the children's budget, which I cannot wait to take them somewhere new. £20 in the miscellaneous, £30 in petrol, and £70 in food. Now I keep saying I've got this video about feed your family for £50 a week. She says having £70 in the envelope. That video is coming up on Tuesday. I've just got to edit the final part of that. So yeah, how are your cash envelopes looking? Are they kind of becoming more of a pattern? Do you put the same amount in every week? Or do you, like I'm doing, kind of fluctuate in terms of what you're doing? I do feel like the summer months we do spend more. The winter months it's definitely easier to kind of stay at home and not spend money. And I'm sure, surely other people find that as well, right? Do you find that? As always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you again very soon.